Okay, lovelies. Just relaxing now. Have a moment, settle, and just let everything sink into the mat. Have a little look through the body for tension. And just releasing. Ground your energies down. So just imagine roots burying themselves deeply into the earth. And think about how wide these roots are. How many branches do they have? How deep can they go and how wide across the earth? Tuning into your breath. And just noticing the quality of your breath. Where do you naturally bring the breath? Or when your mind is brought to attention, do you change it? Is it naturally to the belly or shallow in the chest? Just noticing. There's no judgment, it's pure observation. And let's just scan through the energy centers. Let's start at the crown and noticing energy above the head, Sahasrara. And in the forehead, Ajna. How does it feel here? Is it tense? Is it a dense energy in the head? Or is it quite light? And throat, Vishuddhi. How's the neck been, whether that's been stiff or not? Speaking our truth. Heart center, Anahata. Just aware of the emotions that you're feeling right now and what have been lingering around you. And then the solar plexus above your navel. The energy center linked with action and motivation. Sacral, Svadhisthana, just below your navel, so digestive area and lower back. And then finally the root chakra at the base of the spine, Muladhara, which also links with the legs and anything down to the feet. So noticing if you feel a little bit unsafe, ungrounded, feeling like your place on the earth is, you deserve this place on the earth. And that's when it's balanced. So just taking these moments to scan through doesn't take too long. So just bring your awareness back to your breath again. And then from a lying position, we'll start stretching. On your next inhale, taking the right arm up and over, just let the hand fall to the floor. Behind you, lift your toes up and foot is flexed. And start to stretch here. Don't stretch too much if you have had any issues, through the legs or in this side of the body. Just explore in a very gentle, curious way. Reaching up with the arm to the hand, spread the fingers, and then point the toes ever so gently, noticing how it feels through your muscles in this leg. And then when you're ready on the exhale, just let the arm float down, relax any tension in the leg and just soften to the mat again, palms faced upwards. Take a breath in between and notice. And then on the next inhale, the left arm comes up and over. And again, toes are lifted, foot is flexed, pushing into the heel, dropping the hip, creating space in your waist and reaching up to the hand. Left side, feminine side, Ida. How does it feel here? And then pointing toes. Lovely stretch over the leg. And then relax on the exhale, arm down. Noticing any sensation through the arm and palm of the hand. Palms up. Let's take a deep breath. And relax to the mat in between. And then finally, third time, inhale, both arms up and over. And just enjoying how your body is moving in this very simple way. And we'll flex the feet And then point the toes, flex the feet again, work the ankles, noticing how it feels through your calf muscles, through the back of your leg, the top of your thigh, and just being very gentle and aware today. Satya, which is truth, and ahimsa, non-harm. So honouring what you can and can't do. And exhale, arms down. Have a moment with the palms facing upwards in Shavasana. And enjoy a deep breath. And then we'll draw our right knee into the chest and stretch as we usually do. So take a deep inhale. As we exhale, bring the head up to the knee and really empty out the lungs, empty out the belly. Hold the breath out for a moment. And then inhale down. Swap legs, left side. Inhale. Exhale, come up. Really empty out all the air, hold the breath out. And then inhale down. And then both knees in, we'll do that a third time. So inhale. Exhale, come up. And just enjoying the whole process of feeling the breath out. Inhale when you're ready, come down. Just rock now. Hands on the knees and little circles, or just rocking side to side. And as you bring the knees into the chest more, you'll feel a little bit more sensation in the mid-back. So we're going to take our feet and arms into the air. So stretch your fingers and stretch your toes out. Have a gentle engagement in the belly. And then making fists and curling toes, and then just alternate the thumbs in and thumbs out. And then let's just flex now the ankles backwards and forwards and the wrists up and down. Noticing what you feel, where you feel it, where the sensation reaches. And then gently let's make circles with the wrists and ankles. A few in one direction and then the other way. Just keeping these joints moving. And then lower the arms down to the side. With the legs still raised, we're going to cycle. So awareness now up to your knees. And again, gentle engagement in the belly. Just securing the core. And reverse your cycle. Noticing how that feels. And then just hug the knees in for a moment. Just release that tension that you hold through the abdomen. Just take a breath here. And we'll lower the left foot down and raise the right leg up again. And then make big circles. So follow your gaze on your big toe. And notice how big you can make the circle on this right side and other direction. Being curious as how the hip feels. What you feel through the back of your leg as you move the leg round. And then plant the right foot down. We'll do the same with the left. So nice big circles. Try and notice your breath as well. Quite often we get engaged with the movement and we forget to be observant of our breath. Other way. How's that left hip feeling today compared with your right? And then hug the knees in. Okay. If you bring your feet together and stick your toes together, and then just have the hands on your knees, and we'll just do some sort of circles here. So take the knees away from you and then draw the knees apart and then draw the knees back towards your body and then together again. So kind of making a square or circles. Keep your feet together and it kind of controls the movement. If you're not sure, you can just look up and see what I'm doing. So it's just making circles in the air with your knees and the feet remaining together. And then the other direction. Again, working the hip joints. And then just coming back to a stillness. Drop the feet to the mat with the legs still bent, the knees are bent. And then we'll come into a reclined sort of pigeon and thread the needle. Bring your right foot onto your left knee. And then if you can hug the hands around the left thigh, you might want to lift your head and lift your upper body just to reach there. And then we're going to lift that foot away from the mat. So a nice stretch here through the hips. Just being very gentle. And then other side. If this doesn't feel right in any way, then not doing it, or just doing it one side and not the other. Take a few deep breaths here. And then just gently release that. Have a little hug in and rock on the spine again, if that feels nurturing. And we'll come up to seated and just warm up the upper body. So come onto cushions if that's comfortable for you to sit. So using any padding that you need to. And we rest the hands to Chin Mudra. Have a moment just to sort of lift the body, lift the spine, but get comfortable through your spine as well. Drop your shoulders from your ears. Take a few moments just to settle here and breathe. Breathe into the belly. Move the breath up into the chest. And then when you're ready, chin down to chest. Pause here for a moment, feel that stretch. And any tension still in the shoulders and upper back, let go. And chin up to ceiling. Nice slow movement, observing what you feel. And down again. And if your eyes are closed, you do tend to notice a bit more. Perhaps the stretch feels more on the left or the right. Let's take the chin up once more. And coming back to center. And now we tilt the head to the right and the left. Same again. Coming center, and we twist to gaze over right shoulder and left. Same again. Coming back to center. Chin down and rotating the head all the way around, both directions. Close the eyes, become still. Other way. Noticing everything that you feel. Okay, gently blinking the eyes open. We'll just do the elbows. So just bringing fingers to shoulders. How do your elbows feel? Noticing any changes. And then keeping them on the shoulders. And now the shoulders. Close the eyes. What do you notice? Other direction. And gently coming back to center. Okay, so coming off cushions, we just do a couple more stretches, which are nice and comfortable seated ones. So just come cross-legged. Just a few more that we do. Seated cat-cow, hands on knees. Inhale forwards. You can close your eyes for this as well if you want to. Exhale, roll the spine. And again, just a couple of times, and then we'll start to move in a clockwise direction, just whenever you're ready. As you come forward and back, notice how it feels in your hips, whether you feel one more than the other, and we start to go clockwise. And when we do this movement, this rotation of the spine, notice what muscles you're feeling in your back. Just tuning into your body. So often we're unconscious. Only when something hurts we're aware. Just rotating other way. 2 or 3 times. Can you feel muscles mid-spine or more near your scapula, the shoulder blades? What do you feel as you rotate with the waist? And coming back to a centre. We'll take the right hand onto the left knee with a nice tall spine. We'll just twist a little bit more than we did when we looked over the shoulder. So turning to your left. If you're tight in your lower body, just see if you can relax the legs and the pelvis. Breathe into your belly. And then other side. Nice and soft and gentle, still warming up. And gently come back to centre. Right hand on the mat. Inhale, left one up. Exhale as we lean over. Gentle stretch into the side of the body, gallbladder channel. Other side. Inhale up. Exhale over. And just do a couple more of those in your own time. Noticing how it really feels in the side of the body. Gazing up to the ceiling if you want to. Where do you feel it? So noticing. Okay, coming back to centre. Lovely. Right, let's come into, I'll tell you what we'll do. Just something I did the other day in class. Come into butterfly. And just have a moment here. Let's get used to stretching the legs out in a gentle way. Where do you feel this in your body? Is it outer hips? Is it inner thighs? Try and relax the head. Nice stretch through the back. And then just lifting the head up. Okay. We're going to grab onto our toes and we're going to come into a gentle balance. So when you're ready, just see if you can tilt back and come into a nice balance like this in whatever way. Maybe you want to hold on to your feet if you can, or around the top of the feet or the ankles. Okay. Focus on a point ahead of you. So rather than tree pose, this is a nice balance as well. How many of you are holding your breath? Try to breathe into your belly and feel the stillness. Okay. See if you can take one of your feet out. Take the right foot out. Doesn't have to be straight. You might still have a little bend. Don't worry if you can't. Okay. And then just gently hold the left one and just take it out a little bit. Just see if you can move and stay balanced. Don't worry if you can't. Come back down. Okay. It happens to me sometimes too. Come back again, just holding sort of around your ankles, and then just navigate your arms underneath your legs and come into chin mudra. So this is a nice little pose called flowering lotus. If you can't bring the hands to chin, just sort of resting those lower legs there. Okay. Just take 2 breaths and be quite still. Lovely, and release. Sometimes it's a bit more challenging than you think. We're literally just tilting back and rocking back, but it can slowly take you. Don't worry, it's a nice little balance to explore. Let's come up to standing. And we'll just do a couple of swan dives just to stretch through our back before we get into anything else. So have a moment. As you get up, sometimes we can get up too quickly. Let's just take our time here. Okay, feet about hip distance apart. And we'll extend our arms up. We know this. Inhale, exhale, swan dive. Take your time, bend your knees. Listen to the back of your body. And if you have had issues through your legs, any cramps, like one of you've said to me, so just bend into your legs quite generously here. In fact, it is quite nice for all of us just to really bend into your legs, bring the fingertips to the mat maybe. And enjoy that stretch through the back, and it's not so intense through the legs. And as we inhale, let's roll up. Really observing what we feel. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Bend the knees. Sometimes I bend my knees as I come down, just to support the lower back. And then I just explore the idea of straightening a little. Try and relax through your shoulders and your back, the back of the neck. No. Bend into your knees. It's quite nice to just, what we're doing is we're just stretching the back here before we come into any of our sequences. If you can get your legs straight, then great. But I like to just have a very soft bend, because then it's not so intense through the whole back of your leg. And it's a bit more of the stretch is distributed through the back of the whole body. And let's inhale, roll up. You'll notice the difference. If you had straight legs, it's just that sheer intensity through the whole back of the leg and not so much through the back of the body. Whereas you get a little bit of a bend here, then, I sometimes quite like to really just come into the knees quite a lot, and then I'm stretching the back. It's not too, and you can just explore with straightening and, okay, that's where I want to be today. It doesn't have to be too intense. So let's just part our feet a little bit further, and we're just going to come into a nice sway. So just soft, explore how this feels through your spine. Nice deep breaths. And as you speed up, your arms may come a little bit higher. This is a nice way to just move the body soft and just slow down again. Okay, right. So we're going to have a go at tree pose. I know this is challenging for some of you. If you need to take the wall or have something that you can just gently bring your hand to, then that's fine as well. Okay. Opening in Tadasana. Feeling grounded, roots down, nice lifted spine, like someone has a cord that is lifting you. Weight into the right leg, heel to ankle. Let's just start heel to ankle. Let's gain our confidence here. Bring hands to heart center. Okay, just tune into your breath. Imagine those roots being really deep into the earth, and then let's just bring the toes up. Gaze at a point in front of you. The right foot, the planter of the foot, may be adjusting and wobbling a little, that's fine. If you need to drop the toes down, then you can, just for some stability, and then bring them up again. If you feel like you want to, you can just bring the foot to the side of the leg. Gazing at a point in front of you. Soft breaths. Lovely. Give your legs a shake. Taking it in stages just sort of builds that confidence of being on one leg. So left leg is grounded now. Heel to ankle, toes still on the mat, hands to heart center. Gaze at a point in the wood or something on the wall ahead of you. Take a moment to tune into your breath. And then just lift the toes. They're only a few inches off of the mat. Drop the toes if you need to. And if you want to, just lift the foot a little bit higher. Doesn't matter if you wobble and there's adjustment in your foot, it's fine. Lovely. Okay, give your legs a shake. Yeah, you all looked quite steady today. There's a few times when you moved, but it's better. Yeah. Okay. it's curious as to whether you feel you could do that with your eyes closed. So what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the heel to ankle and the toes on the mat still. So weight into the right leg, hands to heart. Feel steady here. You've still got both feet on the mat. And just want you to close your eyes just for a few seconds and notice if that really throws you off. Okay? Does, doesn't it? Open your eyes when that happens. Come back into this posture and maybe, you know, rather than just the toes, maybe the whole sort of ball of the foot. You see how the toes and the ball of the foot makes you a little bit more steady. Okay, eyes open. Feel steady here. Grounded. Close the eyes for a moment. Notice if you can, you might be still swaying into the feet a little bit. Open the eyes anytime that you want to gain the steadiness. Breathing into the belly. Close the eyes again. And gently open. Okay, just give your legs a shake. Very, very different experience, isn't it? Completely different. Yeah, it's quite strange. Let's try the other side and just be open and explore this, because there's no right or wrong. So start with maybe the toes on the mat, and if you need to, bring the ball of the foot to the mat, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. So hands to heart. Right, eyes open, belly breath. Gazing at something that you can just focus on. And then all we're doing is closing the eyelids, just for a moment or so. Open the eyelids if you need to, or you need to just put more of the foot down. And then close them again if you wish, if you're quite happy to kind of open them and close them, open them and close. Soft belly breaths. And then when you're ready, just open again. Again, completely different experience, maybe one side than the other. So it might be something to practice at home. It's something I came across. I have to read into it a bit more, but it's about kind of the age of you, your regardless of your physical age, but the age of the body and everything. It was how long you could actually have a foot off of the floor and your eyes closed, and if it was sort of between whatever seconds it was, kind of gave you like your age. It was interesting. So I thought we'd explore that today, just the complete difference with closing your eyes and coming into a balance. I think it will throw quite a few people off. So, right, okay, we're going to start with a sun salutation. And we're also going to do a moon salutation. So the one that is similar, we had a new moon, I think, midweek. So we're going to do two of these flows. We'll have a little break in between though. Hands to heart. Inhale and exhale. We'll do this lovely and slowly and enjoy the movement that our body makes. As we exhale, we fold forward. So we've already come forward. Bend into the knees if you need to, and then decide to kind of straighten up anything that supports this lower back and the back of the legs. Bring the hands to shins, lift the body as you flatten the back and you gaze ahead. And then hands to the mat. The right leg comes back and the knee comes down. Hands are on the mat still. And we gaze up as we stretch through the legs and the pelvis. Turn the back toes under and we bring the left foot back into down dog. Take a moment just to adjust your posture, what feels right for you. Become strong through your arms. Notice the structure here. Deep breath in. And as we exhale, knees come down. Release the toes, buttocks back to heels. Lower the head. And then as we inhale, we flow across the mat into Sphinx. Let's come into Sphinx to start with. Lifting the chest forwards. Close the eyes for a moment and notice how this feels. Lower the shoulders away from the ears. If they sort of start to hunch up, try and bring them away from the ears. Take a few deep breaths here. Notice the lower back. Hands under the shoulders. We're going to push up into down dog. Turn the toes under. Come onto knees if that feels right, and then come up. Take a breath here. Encourage the chest to your thighs. That tailbone is lifted. And then we're going to come forward with the left foot between the hands in whatever way you can come here. The back knee is down if that's comfortable. If not, don't worry. Gaze up. Bring feet to the top of the mat. And we'll sweep up and salute the sun. Okay, we'll do the other side. Then you can have a little lie down and then we'll do the moon salutation. So hands to heart. Inhale. Exhale. Salute our lovely sun. Forward fold. Getting used to this forward fold. Flatten the back, look ahead. Left leg comes back, knee comes down. If you can. Don't worry if you can't. Gazing up, nice stretch through the legs. Down dog. Lifting that tailbone. Nice stretch. Deep inhale. Exhale, down, coming back. Nice stretch through the back of the body. And then flow across into Sphinx or Cobra, whichever you want to. We're not going to take Cobra for too long. So if you want to just lift and come up, and then we're going to come into Down Dog. A little bit of strength building in the arms there. Okay, your left foot is the one coming forwards. Take a moment, even if it kind of means bringing your foot forwards and putting it in place. Let's gaze up. And then feet together. And sweep up. Hands to heart. Okay, have a moment lying down. Okay, so notice how you feel. Notice how that sun salutation is through your body. It's an energizing practice, activating the right side, the masculine aspect of ourselves. Enjoy just resting here for a moment. And enjoy what your body can do today. Be very pleased with what it does rather than what it can't do. As you breathe, you can feel the mat against your back. And you can feel your back ribs opening, the muscles expanding. Lovely deep breaths into the belly. Relax your fingers and your wrists. Perhaps soften through the neck. And be aware of any tingling that you're feeling in your body. Quite often this is the prana, the chi, just shifting around where sometimes it can get quite stuck and stagnant. The flow is not so easy when we haven't moved. So let's draw the knees in. Have a little rock before we prepare to come up to standing again. Gently just rotate on the back if that feels nice. There's no hurry. We're just going to take this practice nice and easily today. And coming up, gently in your own time. So again, return to the top of your mat. Moon salutation. Chandra Namaskar, very linked with our feminine energy in the left side of our body. So we're going to float through this like a goddesses that we are, and Terry, the god. So hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, arms down. We salute the moon that controls all the water on the planet. We are 70% water. So folding forwards, enjoy this movement, bend the knees if you need to, and then you can start to straighten up. Just notice how the body wants to move. Flatten the back, looking ahead. Hands down, right foot comes back, knee comes down to the mat as well. And this is where we come up to the crescent. So this is the only difference. Nice sort of lunge, but with arms raised. Okay, hands down into down dog. Back toes turn under. Feet come together at the back. Lifting that tailbone, strong arms, strong elbows, strong shoulders. Inhale. Exhale down. We're going to come into a gentle cobra. So rather than sphinx, I want you to have a little go at cobra. Flow across the mat. Just lift the chest gently. Doesn't have to be in a high cobra, it can just be this. Come up to down dog. Okay, left foot forwards. Come into this low lunge, those of you that can, and then raised arms. Feet together at the top. And link the thumbs, sweep up. Hands to heart. Okay, other side, and then a little rest. Deep breath in. Exhale down, inhale up. Folding forward. Getting easier now. Lift the back, look ahead. Left foot back, knee comes down. Okay, and then we lift the arms. Now all of you can do this. I can see you in this first part, you can all do this. So notice if you feel like you can come into it in that part where we come backwards. Down dog. Coming down on the exhale. On the inhale, we're going to flow into cobra, just a soft cobra. And then back up into down dog. Take your time, just move slowly, enjoy the slow movement. Okay, right foot forwards. Take a moment to get the foot forward. See if you can bend into the knee, bring the knee down to the mat. And then coming up, arms up. Feet together. And sweep up. Lovely. Have a lie down. Now feel how good, I know it might be difficult at the time, feel good. You can feel the energy very subtly starting to buzz around and move around you. Things that have felt a bit stiff and locked for a while are starting to loosen and be more fluid. Notice your breath, how easy it is to breathe. Again, the back ribs on the back and the mat. Soften everything, let your fingers curl, relax your wrists, soften into the arms, let the feet flop to the side, let everything become passive. And just love being in your body. Try not to resist that phrase. Try to love your body, love your kidneys, love your liver. Love your lungs and heart. This is the vehicle that we're in this lifetime. We've got to love it. Take some more deep breaths here. Just enjoy being in this moment, not thinking ahead or behind, Just be here, be present. Notice the breath and draw your awareness to the temperature around your nostrils as you breathe. The coolness on the inhale and a gentle warmth around the nostrils as you exhale. Just be with this moment. Relax the shoulders, soften through the neck. Notice how present that you can actually become. Notice the sensation of the wood under your hands, how it feels on your mat against your body. What parts of your spine connect to the mat and what parts lift away? How it feels with the buttocks against the mat and the back of the calf muscles. The knees are raised. Just being in this moment. Notice the very gentle breath as it has calmed down now. And explore the mind and any colours that you might see. So when you're ready, draw the knees in. Have a moment just to rock. A few breaths. Okay. We're going to just roll up to seated, come onto our knees and come into a pose called puppy. So sometimes when you don't want to be doing down dog, puppy is nice. So the knees are underneath our hips. And then we're just going to bring the chest down and the forehead down. Extend the arms in front of you. And become quite soft in this pose. You can stretch the arms out, but they don't have to be locked into a rigid stretch. So nice for the upper body. This is also called melting heart pose. So it's very heart-centered. Notice how it feels through your shoulder blades. Just adjust your arms if you just want to become a bit more comfortable. And try and surrender into this pose. Notice if you're holding tension in your forearms. Can you breathe easily into the belly? Notice what you're holding in the back of the neck. And just see if you can soften the chest. Gently, when you're ready, lift the head. Nice and slowly, just walk the hands back to you. And we'll come into child's pose, okay? Not all of you are comfortable here, so lift the bottom if you need to. But child's pose, head comes down, hands to feet. Like a very sort of fetal position here. Let the head relax. Try and let the head become heavy and really allow a gentle stretch through the neck if that is comfortable. Try and let your shoulders roll forwards and the arms become quite limp and heavy here. Notice the tension that you hold in your belly and see if you can take some deep breaths and soften the abdominal wall. And gently bring the hands either side of the head and let's lift up nice and slowly. Releasing that compression. Okay. Come onto your bottom and let's come into butterfly. Just trying to find the word then. Come forwards. Taking some deep breaths here. Notice if your shoulders are pinned back and whether you can sort of round into this more. If you want to use your cushion, your bolsters, just grab them, put them under the legs. I know you like this one. So just wanted to try butterfly before we came into supporting. If you're happy where you are, just staying there. This is a nice stretch for the back and really does alleviate the legs. Whatever feels nice. And in whatever pose you've chosen, with the bolster or without, lovely deep breaths. Notice the back of the body. Gently, when you're ready, lift up. Just put the bolster away, move that to the side. Come back into butterfly again. So we've moved from not having the bolster, having the bolster, and then coming back here. And just observing the very subtle differences that you feel through the body. You might feel it more in the hips, perhaps more of a stretch in the inner thighs. Gently, when you're ready, lifting up. I'm going to come into a seated twist. So extend the legs out in front of you. And bring the right foot over your left knee. Nice tall spine. Your left arm hugs. Your right arm swings behind. Gazing over the shoulder in this nice gentle seated twist. Have a gentle flex in your foot, not too much. If that aggravates your muscles. Gazing over. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Tune into the body. You might find it's the right hip, or you might find it's sort of just the mid-spine area that you're feeling. Gently unwind as we come round to the front. And then we'll do the other side. Left foot over right knee. And then right arm hugs, left arm behind. Nice tall spine before we twist. Gentle flex in that front foot. Where do you feel it here? Notice any difference. Few deep breaths. And when you're ready, just coming back to the front. Have a moment just to lie down. After any twist, it's good to just settle the spine. Gently just breathe. Notice where you are, what you're feeling, being present. When you're ready, draw the knees in. We're going to have a little hug. And we're going to come to seated. We're going to do a breathing meditation, mindfulness of breath. So come up into a seated position that's comfortable for you, that we can sit for a fair few minutes. This is a really lovely practice, very, very quietening for the mind when the mind can be quite busy. Okay. We're going to rest the hands in Dhyana Mudra, one hand over the other, thumbs just touching gently. Okay, so for this practice, there's 4 different stages. The first stage, we're going to count the exhale 1 to 10. Okay, so every time we exhale 1, next exhale 2, all the way up to 10. Then we're going to switch it and count the inhale 1 to 10. After that, we're going to drop the count completely. And then the next phase is to just become very, very conscious of how you're feeling when you're breathing through the nose, how the body feels. So I'll talk you through the different stages. So rest the hands, one hand over the other, thumbs just gently touch. Start to relax everything. And we'll begin. So we count the exhale 1 to 10. Relax your face. Stay with the count. And then when you're ready, change it to counting the in-breath, 1 to 10. Keep relaxing your body. Wait until you get to 10 and then just stop the count. Notice if that's hard to do. Follow your breath. Now I'd really like you to feel the sensation as you breathe, the temperature around your nose, maybe a very slight sensation on your top lip. Keep relaxing. And just take a few more conscious breaths with your eyes closed. Feel your breath. Feel the stillness. And then gently just blink your eyes open. Notice if you'd dropped the head, almost had gone to sleep or not. Just be gently aware. And now relaxing back. Get comfortable in Shavasana, relaxation. Just notice gently how that meditation, it's called mindfulness of breath, brings you into a very relaxed state already. The mind is a lot calmer. So as you lie here, just relaxing now your body from head to toe. Soften your face. Relax any tension around your eyes. Loosen the muscles in your cheeks and around the mouth and jaw. You might find that the lips open as you soften and release. Relaxing the head, neck, shoulders, arms all the way down to hands. The front of your body is soft, breathing easily. Relaxing the whole back of your body and your spine. Notice if there's any just gentle adjustment as you tell your back to relax. And softening around the pelvis and hips, buttocks, and thighs, knees, shins and calves, all the way down to ankles and feet. All completely relaxed. There's nothing tense in the body anymore, it's just relaxed. The breath is easy. Notice where your mind is. Just become the witness of your thoughts rather than the thoughts themselves. You are the witnesser. Take yourself off somewhere very relaxed, out in nature. Maybe this is somewhere that you've been on holiday or somewhere local to you that you're just out in nature. I'd like you to take your shoes off wherever you are and connect with whatever is beneath your feet. Grass, sand, maybe even woodland. Don't worry, it's soft, comfortable. Just take this opportunity to earth yourself. removing the insulation of shoes. You plug into the earth, Mother Earth and her energies. Any issues that you've had physically, just connecting to the earth. Allow almost like a current of healing to come up through the soles of your feet, through your ankles, into your legs, the calves, up to the knees, moving into the thighs, and travelling up through the body, through the torso, all the way up to the head. And I'd like you to start to visualize a beautiful white light now coming through the soles of your feet. As the white light enters your feet, it fills your feet. All the cells, all the little bones, your feet become light. And now you see this energy, which is light, extending up into the lower part of your leg. And this light infuses every part of you. All the cells, muscles, bones, cartilage. There's no part this light, this healing light, doesn't immerse and infiltrate in your body. And see this light gradually move its way up through the body. You can see this healing energy now because it is light, pure white light. Imagine it moving up to the waist, into the belly, into the back and the chest. The light starts to move into your shoulders and your arms, moving down to the hands, and your hands are light. You're holding this light in your hands. It's radiating out beyond the body. And the light extends up into the shoulders and throat and head. Completely now imagine your body of light, sparkling like the sun, with little rays that extend beyond the edges of your physical form. And as you breathe, this light may become enlarged and expand outwards. So just take some time to sit with this image. Ever so gently now, I'd just like you to notice where you are. Where your mind has wandered. Come back to being the witness. And just begin to bring some movement back into the body with a deep breath. Feel life force as you breathe in. And starting to move fingers and toes ever so gently. And when you're ready, you can hug the knees in and have a stretch in whatever way feels nice for you. And then coming up to seated in your own time, we'll chant 3 Oms. So have a moment just to come up and rest the hands to Chin Mudra, close the eyes. We'll take a deep breath in. Inhale. And draw the palms together, rub them to create heat. And then lovely warm palms over the eyes. And then blinking, start to part the fingers, let the light through, drawing hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.